Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a long overdue book haul. So I've been collecting books since around Christmas time. I think I have one book that I bought before Christmas that I just don't think I've officially hauled. I have some books that I received for Christmas a little bit late, and then I have all the books that I bought with Christmas money and that I've just gotten since Christmas. So we have a lot of books to go through today. I'll be honest, I've been putting this video off for a while, but I am excited to talk about all of these books with you, so let's just get started. Okay, so the first book I want to haul for you all today is The Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. This is the Barnes & Noble Classics edition, and you guys will have seen this in my Capturing Classics reading vlog that I did. If you haven't seen that, I'll make sure to link it down below for you guys to check out. But this basically just includes the two books, Winnie the Pooh and The House at Pooh Corner, I believe it's called. So like I said, I know I've talked about this in videos before, but I just don't think I ever officially put it in a book haul. But I think that this book is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so happy to have it as a part of my collection. It is just absolutely stunning, and so I'm happy to finally be like officially hauling it for you all, because I've had this literally since December, like way before Christmas I think, and I just haven't shared it with you properly, officially, but here it is. Okay, so the next book I mentioned in my Christmas book haul, and I said that I was getting it, but it just hadn't come in the mail yet. So for Christmas my mom bought me the 10th anniversary edition of Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I have had my eye on this book ever since it came out years ago. I don't even know when it came out, but I've had my eye on it for a very long time. I have the 10th anniversary edition for City of Bones, and I wanted obviously the matching one for Clockwork Angel, but I just never saw it in stores. I don't think I ever even saw it online at Indigo, so I just couldn't get my hands on it. But then I saw it online at Book Depository, and so I was like, hey mom, I would love to have this for Christmas. So thankfully she bought it for me. I'm so unbelievably grateful. I haven't had a chance to like fully flip through it yet. Honestly, I don't even think I've done that for City of Bones, but I am very grateful to have this. It is just so stunning. Love that it has like the cute little quote on the back. Obviously it has the artwork on the inside, and then throughout the book as well, like character portraits, maps. It is just absolutely stunning. I am just so happy to have it. It looks absolutely stunning on my shelf. It's just, look at that. It's so pretty. So then the last book that I got for Christmas was actually from my friend Julia, so thank you so much to them for getting this for me. Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy. This is Julie Murphy's debut novel, and I just never picked it up. I had heard of this book, I believe, before I ever even heard of Dumplin', but it never really fully captured my attention. And then obviously I am obsessed with Dumplin', and so this one's kind of just always been in the back of my mind as something that I wanted to get because I do love Julie Murphy. But I didn't really like the cover that it had, but then they redesigned it for a new paperback, and I'm obsessed with this cover. They're like on a teacup. Adorable. I love the colors of it, so I was like, okay, I am much more willing to get it on my shelf now and to read it. So I don't know fully what this is about. I know that it deals, I believe, with cancer. So our main character Alice is diagnosed with leukemia, and so to make the most of the time she has left, she vows to spend her final months righting wrongs however she sees fit. So she convinces her friend Harvey to help her with a bucket list that's as much about revenge as it is about hope. But just when her like scores are settled, she goes into remission. So now she's actually forced to face the consequences of all that she's said and done, as well as her true feelings for Harvey. So this seems like it's gonna be very interesting, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Oh my goodness, I just flipped it open, and it looks like it has dual POV between Harvey and Alice, and I think it's also dual timelines. It says now there. Yeah, so it's in a now and then timeline. I did not know that. I am about 10 times more excited to read this now because I do love dual POV. I do love me a dual timeline novel. I'm literally so excited for this now. So thank you so much to Julia for buying this for me. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate this, and I cannot wait to get to this one. So this book actually came out in December, I believe just after Christmas, and it's Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I actually don't know if I've talked about this book on my channel at all, except for maybe in my bookshelf tour that I did recently. If you haven't checked that out yet, I'll link it down below. I haven't been doing wrap-ups the last few months because honestly I just don't have the energy, but I did read this book back in December. I read it before the end of the year, and I was fully expecting for it to make my favorite books of the year video so I could talk about it then, and then it didn't. I did really love this book. I tabbed it up a whole bunch. But yeah, so First of all, I'm not going to tell you what this is about too much. It is the sequel to What If It's Us, which was one of my favorite books back in 2018. If you guys were around my channel then, you know I never shut up about it. Basically just about these two boys who meet one day in New York and they feel like the universe just keeps pushing them back to each other. That's a very, very simplistic description, obviously, but this is just what happens with them a few years later when they are both back in New York. I did really enjoy this book. I thought it was a good sequel. I think it just maybe wasn't fully what I was expecting, or I didn't get as much of what I was expecting. I did really love the ending of it though. Loved the writing. I obviously loved the characters of Arthur and Ben. So I had a really good time, and you can even tell that I've got, I mean, I don't know if you can actually see that, but I have way more tabs here at the end than I do for the rest of the book. I did really, really love this book. I just felt like it didn't really fit with the other books on my favorites list for last year, but regardless, I have this book. It is stunning. Like, I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I've loved this cover since they announced it. I really, really like this book, and I'm happy that I own it and that it is so freaking stunning. Now we have quite a big stack of books that I bought at Indigo with Christmas money, and I'll be honest, my full intention with my Christmas gift cards was to pre-order a bunch of books for this year, which I did end up doing. I did pre-order a couple of books, but like my intention was to use all of the gift cards pretty much to pre-order books. And then I went to the mall with my best friend. We went to go see Spider-Man No Way Home, and we decided to pop in to Indigo, and I'm just realizing it was because I wanted to buy Here's to Us. So this is a part of the big Indigo haul. I don't know why that didn't click. So we went there so I could pick up this, and I ended up leaving with a huge stack of books and spending most of my gift cards, which was not the plan. But here we are. I just couldn't resist. I saw one book that I thought looked interesting, and then I just couldn't help myself, and I just grabbed every single book that I saw, and now here we are. So one of those books was Meet Cute Dowry by Emery Lee. This is a book I've heard a lot of things about on Twitter. I've seen it floating around. I followed the author on Twitter. I've had my eye on it for a very long time, and I just never got around to picking it up. So I'll be honest, don't remember what this is about. So the main character, Noah Ramirez, thinks that he's an expert on romance, and he has to be because he has a popular blog called the Meet Cute Diary, which is a perfect collection of trans meet cutes and happily ever afters. But there's just one problem: all the stories are fake. What started as idealized fantasies of a trans boy afraid to step out of the closet has grown into a beacon of hope for trans readers across the globe. And then a troll exposes the diary as a fiction, and then Noah's world unravels. So now he has to convince his fans that the stories are true. Oh my god, this book has fake dating in it. I don't know if I knew that at some point, but I am here for this. Oh my god, that got me way too excited. I can't even describe what the fake dating trope does to me. Yes, anyways, he meets a person named Drew, and Drew is willing to fake date Noah in order to save the diary. So this seems very interesting. I am like so here for this. I don't know if I realized that it was fake dating. I probably did at some point and just forgot, but oh my god, fake dating. I am so excited for this. Don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I've been in a low-key reading slump, and I just haven't been gravitating towards YA contemporary recently, which is very odd because that's my go-to genre. I don't know what to tell you. When We Were Them by Laura Taylor Namey. So I've read A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by this author, and I own their book The Library of Lost Things, I believe it's called, but I have not yet read that one. But I really did enjoy A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow, and I didn't even know that this book was a thing, but I saw it, and I'll be honest. One, I was like, yes, Laura Taylor Namey, love her books. Second, this cover is really gorgeous, but then I touched it, and this might sound weird, but the texture of this book sold me. Yeah, I mean, the plot sounded really good too. Like, I didn't just buy it without looking at the plot. But I'm gonna be honest. There's something real special about the texture of this dust jacket. I don't know what to tell you. Go to the bookstore and just feel it for yourself. Like, it is a magical, magical feeling. It's like no other book cover I've ever touched before. It's like soft and velvety, but it's like, I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it, but it's very, very special to me. So that sold me, I'm not gonna lie. But the plot did sound really, really interesting. I'm just gonna read like the little blurb right here. But when they were 15, Willow, Luz, and Britton had a friendship that was everything. When they were 16, they stood by one another no matter what. When they were 17, they went through the worst. And when they were 18, Willow ruined it all. Yeah, so it just seems like a really great book about like lost friendship, like friendship breakups, which I think is a really important theme that I want to read more books from. I love reading about friendship breakups because I think that they can be even more heartbreaking than romantic breakups. I'm very excited for this book. I think it's gonna be a sad time, but hopefully also a good time. I'm very, very excited about this one. I'm like, come on. I know you guys can't feel the cover through the screen, but like the cover itself is just stunning. Like the colors and just everything is beautiful, the illustrations. So I'm very excited to own this book and to have it on my shelf because it is just absolutely stunning. So the next book is Can't Take That Away by Stephen Salvatore. I follow this author on Twitter. That is a running theme. I follow like all these authors on Twitter. This one, again, don't remember what it's about beyond like musical theater. I know that that's like a theme in the book. Basically, Carrie Parker dreams of being a diva and bringing the house down with song. They can hit every note of all the top pop and Broadway hits, but despite their talent, emotional scars from an incident with a homophobic classmate and their grandmother's spiraling dementia makes it harder and harder for Carrie to find their voice. Then Carrie meets someone named Chris, and they make them feel seen for the first time in their life, and there's like promise of a new romantic relationship. So Carrie wonders whether they have the confidence to audition for the role of Elphaba. But some people in Carrie's high school might not be accepting of just anyone playing Elphaba. But this seems like this is going to be a very, very good book. I'm very excited about it. The next book is another one that I've had my eye on for a very, very long time, and it is Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. So this one seems like it's right up my alley because our main character Quinn keeps lists of everything. We love that. I also love me a good list. So she keeps lists of the days that she's ugly cried, to things that she would never admit out loud, all the boys she'd like to kiss, and by writing her fears down on paper, it means that she never has to face them in real life until her journal goes missing. An anonymous account posts one of her lists on Instagram for the whole school to see and blackmails her into facing 7 of her greatest fears, or else her entire journal will go public. I'm very, very intrigued to know more. I feel like I will probably really relate to the main character, and I do love a good plot where there's like blackmail going on and like things get exposed, like in Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, and then 12 Boys I've Loved Before where her letters are sent out. Like, I just love plots like that, so I'm really, really excited about this one. So that was it for the little Indigo haul there. So now we have a book that I bought at Value Village, Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Santanto. I believe the sequel for this actually just came out. I think I saw that on Twitter yesterday. But this is a romance thriller, I think. Maybe? I actually don't know the like official genre for this book, but I'm pretty sure it's like romance, like thriller, romance, mystery, romance something. But I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book. Okay, I'm just gonna read the blurb at the top because I feel like it's going to sum it up perfectly for us. What happens when you mix one accidental murder with 2,000 wedding guests and then toss in a possible curse on 3 generations of an immigrant Chinese-Indonesian family? You get 4 meddling Asian aunties coming to the rescue. This sounds like it's going to be like a very funny but also like, I don't know, like it just seems like it's gonna be a very chaotic time, and like I said, I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, so I'm really looking forward to this one as well. The next 2 are actually ARCs, which are advanced reader copies if you did not know. So I am an influencer for HCC Frenzy, so they did a preview event for all of their upcoming winter releases and we could request ARCs, so I ended up getting 2. So the first one I actually have a whole reading vlog for up on my channel that I will link down below for you, but that is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. So this is V.E. Schwab's newest book. I've already read it, like I said, have a reading vlog, it'll be down below. I tabbed it up a little bit. This is not my favorite V.E. Schwab book, I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I do really like it, but it's just like it's not one of my favorites, you know? I think it's one that maybe I will like the more that I read it. I don't know. But I did really enjoy this one. It's got like imagery. It has like images throughout which are a part of the story, like an integral part of the story, which is really, really fun and unique. And I don't really know how to describe this book. I know that it's comped as being like Crimson Peak meets like Coraline, which I feel like are pretty fair comps for this book. So our main character Olivia has grown up in an orphanage. The only thing she has from her mother is this journal that she used to write in, and there's a message to Olivia from her mother in this journal that says, no matter what you do, don't go to Gallant. You'll be safe as long as you stay away from Gallant. But then she receives a letter from her uncle inviting her to come home to Gallant. So she goes to Gallant because she wants a family, she wants a home, she wants to get out of the orphanage. So she goes to Gallant, but when she gets there, her uncle isn't there, he's dead. And the people living in Gallant were not expecting her, and they don't really want her there. There's all sorts of secrets going on in this house. I don't really want to say more than that because I don't want to spoil something accidentally, but it is a very, very interesting book, and it was really enjoyable. Like I said, I think I just wasn't in the right headspace or the right mood to be reading it, which could have gone into how I felt about the book. But regardless, I'm very, very grateful to HCC Frenzy for sending me this ARC, and I did enjoy it. The other book that they sent me, though, I actually haven't read, and I really, really want to. But like I said, I've been in a low-key reading slump, and this one is a YA contemporary, which I have not been reaching for recently. But it is Lulu and Milagros Search for Clarity. This is by Angela Velez. So this one came out on February 8th. I do have a bookmark in here. an Ophelia After All bookmark because I was going to read this and then I just wasn't in the mood. But this book basically follows our characters Lulu and Milagro, obviously, and they couldn't be more different, but then they become begrudging partners for their school's cross-country college trip, and together they learn to dream big and discover new things about themselves. That's basically all I know. So I think it's like a road trip book. Yeah, it's got like locations in here. I don't know how well you can see that. It seems like it's gonna be really interesting. I love books where characters are like discovering things about themselves and going on like a really big self-discovery journey. So I think this is gonna be a really great book. So the next book I have, I pre-ordered and I'm so excited about it. It is How to Love Your Neighbor by Sophie Sullivan. This is the sequel to 10 Rules for Faking It, which was on my favorite books of the year list last year. I am absolutely obsessed with that book. So this book came out back in January, I believe, and I haven't read it yet, even though I really desperately want to, but I wanted to reread 10 Rules for Faking It before jumping into this one. And like I said, I just have not been in the mood for reading recently. I'm trying to get out of it. I just uploaded a vlog where I'm trying to get out of my reading slump again. I'll link it down below. So I'm hoping that in the coming months I can finally get to this book because I want to read it so desperately. You have no idea. So I don't fully know what this one's about. I don't really want to know too much about it, but it's something about interior design. I think there's like a grumpy sunshine trope going on here. Regardless, I'm very excited for this book. If you guys have not checked out Sophie Sullivan's books yet, I highly recommend it because 10 Rules for Faking It was absolute gold and I'm obsessed with it. So the next book, while I'm very excited for it, I was not planning on buying it right away because I didn't think I was going to be reading it anytime soon, and I might not, but I also might, you know, you never know. But I went to Indigo one day and I bought this Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi. So the reason why I don't think I'm going to be reading it anytime soon is because it is like a high fantasy, which I do have some issues with, but then again, it's Tahereh Mafi and I was just reading Shatter Me, which put me in a Tahereh Mafi mood, so I was like, maybe I'll pick this up soon. I don't know, but regardless, this book is absolutely stunning. I mean, have you seen this cover? I'm obsessed with it. But the reason why I bought this when I did was because it's a signed copy. I cannot pass up a signed copy, especially when it's by Tahereh Mafi, and I'm really excited about this one. I'm gonna be honest though, don't know what it's about. I think it has things to do with kingdoms, obviously, but honestly I've read the description many times and it's like it goes in and it goes right back out. Like I don't retain a single detail anytime I read the description. Like my best friend came over and I was showing it to her and she's like, what's it about? And I'm like, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. Tahereh Mafi is 100% an auto-buy author for me. I don't have to know any details about the book she's writing. I will buy it. I can't help myself. I'm really excited for this one and I do hope to read it soon. Also, can we just talk about how gorgeous the spine is? I'm a sucker. It's gorgeous. The next book I am literally so excited to talk about. It's very special. It's very special. It is Ophelia After All by Raquel Marie. I cannot believe that I'm finally holding this book. I can't believe that I can finally haul it in a video and talk about it on my channel. Oh my goodness. Raquel Marie, Rocky, had a channel on here called Blonde with a Book. She doesn't really upload anymore, but I'm obsessed with her. And I've been highly anticipating this since before she even had an agent. So I am really excited that it's finally out in the world and you can go out and buy it right now and read it, and I highly recommend that you do so. I have already read it and I tabbed it up a whole bunch and it was just it was such a good book. Raquel Marie just has this beautiful writing style and I really loved the way she created characters and just, I don't know, it was so beautiful. I read this back when it came out in February, so I feel like I've forgotten things already because my memory is awful, but it was just, oh, it was a beautiful book. So this book follows our main character Ophelia, and she knows what she likes. She likes her best friends, Cuban food, rose gardening, and boys. Way too many boys. But she thinks more about cute, quiet Talia Sanchez than the loss of a perfect prom with her ex-boyfriend. That makes seeds of doubt take root in Ophelia's mind of the firm image she has of herself. So this book is basically just about her like figuring things out about her identity, and it's just a really beautiful story. And I will just say this is a YA contemporary. She's been very clear about this like online, like making sure that readers know this is a contemporary. It is not a romance, so don't go into this book expecting a big sweeping romance because that's not what this book is. It's just a YA contemporary. I believe she pitches this as like a coming out of age story because it's like a coming of age, but it's also about Ophelia coming out. It's just a very beautiful book, and I can't believe that I own it. Like I display it on my bookcase case. It brings me so much joy and it just fills me up with pride. I'm just so happy for Rocky. It's gorgeous. Okay, we're almost done. We have 2 books left. The next one I'm also extremely excited to talk about, and it is You, Me, and Our Heartstrings by Melissa C. So if you are unaware, Melissa C is my author mentor. I got into author mentor match last year and she's my mentor, and this is her book. So this is an ARC copy that I received from the publisher, so thank you so much to Scholastic for sending this to me. But this book comes out on July 19th, so if you have not yet pre-ordered it, make sure to do that. I'll make sure to leave some links down below because this book is just so cute and so good, and you guys definitely need to read it and keep it on your radars for when it comes out this summer. I know I loved it. I tabbed it a whole bunch. I don't know how well you can even see that in this light, but I'm just I'm so happy to have finally read this book, and it's just so good. This book follows our main characters Daisy and Noah, and they are paired together to do a duet at their school holiday concert, and their plan is to use this concert to land a Juilliard audition. But when they're paired together, they have very opposing plans and like views of what they should do for their duet. Noah wants to stick more to tradition, whereas Daisy wants to take more of a risk with like a more modern take, I think. But then the two surprise each other when they start to play because they fall perfectly in tune with each other, and then their performance ends up going viral and the rest of the country falls for them just as they are falling for each other. It's so cute. But viral fame isn't all that it's cracked up to be, because people don't really seem to care about their talent or their music at all. They seem to care more about their relationship and rewriting their love story into something that it isn't. So they paint the story to be that Daisy is an inspiration for overcoming her disability. She has cerebral palsy, and that Noah is a saint for seeing past it, which is just absolutely disgusting. And Daisy is just tired of her disability being the only thing that people see about her, and then all this attention also sends Noah's anxiety into high speed. It's absolutely stunning. It's such a good book, has such important conversations going on within it. There are some content warnings in here, so let me just read those out for you so you are fully prepared for when you do go into this book. So it says, this book contains depictions of ableism, anxiety attacks, familial emotional neglect, religious bigotry, and discussions of mental health. So this book was really good. Like I said, it deals with a lot of important topics, but it deals with it in such a good way, like in such a caring way, and also it's just like perfectly intertwined into all of the cute and fluffy things that are going on. So like I obviously recommend this book. It was fantastic. Definitely go ahead and pre-order this book if you have not yet already. I am so excited for the whole world to read it and love it just as much as I do. So yeah, I'm very excited about this book. So the haul was actually supposed to end with You, Me, and Our Heartstrings, and then I went to Costco the other day and I bought another book when I was not planning to. I was actually planning on buying this book eventually. I was gonna buy it with like birthday money in the summer, but then it was like cheap at Costco, and so I was like, well, I might as well just buy it now. I bought another copy of Wonder. Are we surprised literally at all? No, it's my favorite book of all time. So this is my 5th copy of Wonder. It is what it is, but this is the illustrated edition that just came out, I believe, in February, and it is stunning. It is just, oh my god, I cannot wait to read this copy and see all of the illustrations inside. I've only done like a quick flip through of it, but the illustrations are done by Ted Carpenter, and he's the one who did the original cover art for this book, which I did not know. So let me just talk about all the things that I love about this book. Basically, the cover has like a cutout in it, like this is a cutout, so it's of Augie's astronaut helmet, which if you read the book you know the significance of his astronaut helmet, and I'm just obsessed that this is the cover. But then you take it off, and like I said, it is a cutout like that. So then you have the original cover just underneath here, but I love the texture of this hardcover. It's amazing. The spine is so cute, and then the back says choose kind on it, and then like I said, it has illustrations all throughout. So it has illustrations like this all throughout, which I'm just obsessed with. Cute. But I also was reading the description here, and it also includes an essay from RJ Palacio reflecting on 10 Years of Wonder, which I'm really excited to read, a foreword by Dina Zuckerberg, who is the director of family programs at MyFace, a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting the craniofacial difference community, and then also a book club discussion guide, which I don't really care about. But I am very excited, particularly for that essay from RJ Palacio. I'm obsessed with this book. It's my favorite book of all time, as I'm sure we all know by now. I'm not going to go into the description because I've done that a million times on my channel, but I am just, I'm so excited to add this to my collection. Anyways, I love it. I love that it has a different take on the cover and that it's illustrated. I'm just absolutely obsessed. That was my book haul. I'm finally done. That took me forever, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!